Good afternoon. I'm just going to do a VR response to Penny University. Just did a really nice video on 5 types of people to avoid in SHTF. I'm actually almost completed my annual spring cleanup in June of all my prepping stuff. I like to do it at least once a year where I go through everything and sort stuff out. Maybe I'll actually get some stuff together for the 50 sub giveaway if I ever reach that. So basically there's 5 types of prepper that I think we should be avoiding. I think we should be avoiding them now. I think we should avoid them in early SHTF and in late SHTF. And my question for you is, are you one of these preppers? I have characteristics of some of them personally. That doesn't mean I should avoid myself, though many out there might agree that I should. Anyway, the 5 types of prepper I think we should avoid. As a prepper community, or as forming a mutual assistance group, a MAG group later on, or a bug out group. These are the 5 types in no particular order. And by the way, it was nice to see Angry Prepper resurrect himself last night. Lone wolf preppers. I have a tendency to be a lone wolf. I trust myself, I don't really trust other people. I'm quite paranoid, I like detail, I like to figure it out, I like control. A lot of us are like that, and that's kind of probably why we're actually into prepping, if the truth be told, from a psychological point of view. But the real extreme lone wolf preppers, the ones who are silent, observational, don't interact when they meet other preppers, what's going on in their heads. The truth of it is, I don't care who you are, unless you've got heavy medication. If you are on your own, without radio, TV, meeting other people even occasionally, it's really hard to maintain your sanity. A lot of these lone wolf preppers are probably on the knife edge of insanity right now, and probably SHTF and hiding in a bunker or hiding in the forest for a year, even with great skills on their own, completely on their own, avoiding everybody and everything. They're probably not going to handle it very well mentally. This isn't me. The security, the wannabe soldier prepper. We've all seen them floating around. Quite a few of them are on the internet. They like to wear camo. They like to stand there with their gun, and they keep rambling on in military speak, knowing that it's a general audience, but it sounds good. And pretty much most of them have never served, and certainly haven't probably done combat. There are a few preppers out there that wear camo, there are a few preppers out there who wear camo and have guns, but they talk about skills, and they don't talk in a way that implies that they're an active service unit, and they tend to be a bad thing to hang around. Now, why are they a bad thing to hang around? Because security, security, security. Now, I know a lot of preppers think that the gun and the ammo is like all they need, and they're wrong, dead wrong in SHTF. But what actually is going to happen to these wannabe soldier groups? If they actually coalesce and form other wannabe soldier groups, at some point they all want to be sergeant. They're going to fight. They don't really probably have a lot of food, they probably don't really have a lot of actual skills that they actually need, because the enemy in SHTF after early SHTF is going to be your own mind. It isn't going to be hordes of North Koreans. Well, it might be. I just don't think it will be. I think we should look at the obvious, and the obvious is societal collapse, climate change, etc. Multiple events leading up to collapse of civilized society and electricity. Yeah, there'll be bloodshed. Yes, security is a good idea. Yes, if you've got some access to guns, then it seems reasonable. That's fine. But if you really want to be in firefights all the time, and that's what gets you going, and you're not thinking about how to sprout and how to build a new house on your property, you've probably got some issues. Okay, the high-tech, low-skill prepper. This is really me, in a nutshell. I have money, I have skills in some areas, and most prepping, of the 8 prepping areas, I have pretty good skills in 3 of them and excellent skills in 1 of them. And in the other 4 areas, rubbish, absolute rubbish. So I'm trying to work on it. But, you know, high skill, high tech is great. Low skill, high tech is bad for obvious reasons. They're going to need you to look after them, and really, frankly, why bother? The fat and the lazy. I'm down 7 pounds in 2 weeks. no excuses for why. I had psychotherapy about 7 years ago, and it was great. Had it for about 5 years. Thank you, Canadian universities, for paying for stuff like that. Lots of issues from my childhood, etc. But anyway, long way short, the psychotherapy worked and I completely lost interest in running. So I went from running 80 kilometers, about 55 miles a week for about 19 years, and doing multiple marathons and ultra marathons, which is more than a marathon, and winning some. Couldn't run anymore and lost all interest. Worked too much, got fat, got lazy, working on that. And hopefully you'll see that evolve over the process of some of these videos. This is my 5th one. Some guy last night randomly, not on his own channel, who doesn't make videos apparently, decided to, out of the blue, call me a Muslim apologist. I don't apologise for terrorists. I think they should be killed. That aside, he also said I was an obvious victim because he'd looked at my channel. Okay, that's great. Those sorts of people avoid. It's okay to call me a victim. It's okay to look at what I'm doing and say, you're dead. You're useless, you're Muslim, you're gay, you're a faggot. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to say to somebody, that's great. But I'd like those people to actually tell me what to do differently and back it up. Because any fool, any moron can look at people of colour, can look at gay people, can look at short people, can look at fat people, can look at red-headed people and attack them. What are they going to do about it? You're excluding a large number of people who could very well be helpful to you in SHTF, really. And those people tend to be closed-minded. They tend to believe whatever they're told by an authority figure that has their same sort of a thought process. Basically, beware of racists, beware of bigots, beware of really stupid people. And stupid people who do not know they're stupid are all over the prepping internet, because they're all over the entire world. So if that's you, read a couple of books, watch some videos, watch some films you wouldn't normally watch, expand your mind, expand your consciousness, because you know what? It's the mind that's going to get you through any bad situation, including SHTF, not the guns you have. Penny University always does a bonus one. I don't think that's necessary, and it's kind of nice that he does that, but really he's a list of 6, not 5, of people to avoid, and it's a good video, and please watch it, I'll link it. Dishonest people. They talk a little bit, they're your buddy bud, quickly. They want to know what's going on with you. They don't share much. They look around all the room and they assess what's going on. There's a difference between dishonesty and sensible situation awareness. Hopefully you can figure that out. There's multiple psychological emails and, multiple psychological websites and videos. Go and read a few. What are the tells for dishonesty? What are the tells for stupidity? What are the tells for bigotry? What's the tells for aggression? A lot of preppers out there have guns and they want to shoot people. They want to get involved in firefights, not realizing bullets go both ways. And in SHTF, if a bullet hits you even slightly, think of the Civil War, you've probably lost your arm or your life, or your leg and your life. Not a great outcome if you can avoid the fight. What I'm saying here is think about what's going on. Can you spot an aggressive movement in another individual from 500 yards away? Can you tell when a group of people may or may not be harboring bad intent? There's lots of videos out there on this stuff, but preppers seem to be really keen on how to pull out their knives and use them. Yes, it's a Bear Grylls, it's my everyday carry. It works alright to open parcels, which is basically what it's being used for right now. But they don't really look at why they've found themselves in a situation that they have to fight. Mostly you can avoid it. If you can't avoid it, that's cool. Anyway, that's all from me on a very sunny day. I've got another 6 boxes to go through. I've got my prepping stuff ordered, sorted and loaded for the next 6 months to the next year. Anyway, that's all from me, and all from Mrs. Becky, and all from Bear. There. Good boy. Good boy. Handsome boy. Au revoir.